Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Bernie DeSantis with Insignia Training Partners, bringing you a mustache moment from the road. I got a secret, guys. Haven't shared this with really anyone other than people in my family, really, really close to me. Um, I'm really excited about the trajectory and prospects of Insignia Training Partners. We're making some moves that I'm really excited about. Um, I've in the last 2 weeks, I've signed 7 new clients. Um, Received 2 amazing testimonials from a couple of clients that we just finished up some work with, and my calendar is absolutely um, full of introductions from people from my professional network. And so, things are going really, really well in that regard. Um, in a little over 2 months' time, I'm going to be stepping on a stage at the Badass Business Summit to talk to what's likely to be around 100 business owners, speaking on my very specific area of expertise, which is friggin' exciting for me. I've been a trainer for many, many years, but have never had the opportunity to give a keynote type speech on stage. So, really excited about that opportunity. Um, my secret, though, is you may have noticed I just had to do a little bit of an edit because I had some work to do. My secret is that financially speaking, the last 18 months have been really, really rough for me personally. I didn't necessarily see quite the growth that I had frankly expected and really desired for Insignia. And as a result, I had to take on a side gig, side hustle. And it wasn't in learning and development. I'm not facilitating for, some company. I'm not consulting or doing instructional design or any of that type of stuff that, I probably could be doing. But rather, and honestly, for a little while, I was a little bit ashamed of this. Um, for the last 6-ish months or so, I've been driving Uber, believe it or not. Um, and I was a little bit ashamed of that because, admitting that I had to take a side hustle on in order to make ends meet, in my mind anyway, meant that my business was not successful and that I was failing. And that was a very tough pill to swallow for me. And over the last couple of days, I've been doing a lot of soul searching and looking at myself in the mirror and trying to come to terms, I guess, with the things I'm going through, internally in my own head. And one of the things that I came to realize is that what I'm doing is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of, nor is it admitting defeat or failure in my business. What I'm doing is actually something I should be proud of, not ashamed of, because I am doing what I need to do to make ends meet, to feed my family. I'm actually really proud of the fact that as of this moment right now, because of all the things that I've been doing both with Insignia and driving Uber, not a single one of my bills are behind. Everything is paid up to date. There's food on my table every single day. I got a roof over my head. The lights are staying on. The water's flowing. Um, you know, Things are actually pretty good overall. And another thing that I came to realize that may or may not make a difference, but I guess it does for me, is that I actually really enjoy driving Uber, believe it or not. I've always enjoyed driving. I lived in Florida for a couple of years when I went to college, and I used to eat up miles going to and from West Palm Beach to Detroit, like, they were Cheerios. It was no big deal for me. 24 hours straight was my idea of a good time. So, I'm actually enjoying being out here on the road a little bit, getting a little bit of time out of, my dungeon, as I refer to it, and on my computer, and getting some FaceTime with people that honestly I probably wouldn't interact with otherwise. And I'm providing them a service that they frankly need. I start usually my day at about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I get out on the road. I am taking people to work most of the time. People who, for whatever reason, don't have the means or ability to get to and from work on their own. So I'm providing a service that people need and appreciate. And I get a lot of tips too, because I guess I'm a decent conversationalist, and obviously a lot of compliments on the mustache. But it's actually been pretty fulfilling, and I've met some really cool people as well. Just the other day, I took a guy who worked for the United Nations to the airport, and we had an amazing conversation around learning and development and the proliferation of AI and technology and all of its uses. Like, it was really a great conversation. And what I've come to realize, again, through a little bit of this process of soul searching, is that I really truly don't have anything to be ashamed of. In fact, I have a lot to be really proud of, and it actually feels really, really good to know that I'm paying all of my bills and taking care of my family, and doing the things that I need to do to make it work as I continue to build my actual business with Insignia. So I think that most people are really hesitant to share when they're struggling. They want to keep it a secret. They don't want to let the people that they know and care about, or that look up to them, that they're struggling. And I wanted to make this video to let those of you out there know who might be in a similar situation. Right? Times are a little bit tough. The economy is not fantastic. There are a lot of businesses that are struggling. That it's okay. Do what you have to do to get by legally, of course. But there's nothing to be ashamed of in admitting that you're struggling, or that you need a little bit of help. And especially if you know that you are doing all of the right things to get to the end result that you want for yourself and for your family. So I guess that's the mustache moment for today. Insignia is actually doing well overall now. We've got, again, some new projects coming online. I'll be able to pay myself again here in the near future, which will be good. I shouldn't say it quite like that, because I've been able to pay myself, just not everything that I would obviously like. And I'm actually enjoying the side hustle. It's fun. Get up in the morning, go and drive for a couple of hours, go do Insignia, then I'll head back out for an hour or two later in the evening after dinner, put in a few hours on the weekend, and at the end of it all, not only do I have a business in Insignia that I really enjoy and find a lot of fulfillment in, and that is actually starting to do well, but again, I'm paying all of my bills, and I'm doing what I need to do to take care of my family, and that's something to be really, really proud of. And I also want to just give a really quick thank you to a couple of people, one of which is my good buddy John Hoffman, who posted a video today talking about a testimonial that he received from one of his clients. And honestly, brother, it was that video that made me decide I was going to share my secret today, because I do have a lot to be proud of, and I should be sharing more of my successes with people, because I've earned them, and I am doing really good work and things that that people will look up to ultimately. So thank you for leading the way with that. And also to a couple of coaches that I've been working with recently, one of which is Bob Russo, who is Love. He's a great friend of mine and has helped me through some of my head trash. Um, Tom Van Dyke, who has been really helping me out with branding and messaging and figuring out how to reach my ideal clients and sell them, the services that they are, obviously looking for and want. And the last one is a newer coach that I've been working with recently by the name of Steve Barton, who taught me about the game of 10 and how to really get my mind and my soul right, and focus on the right things. And he may or may not agree with me sharing the mantra that he gave to me, but I'm going to do it anyway because I think that ultimately he would want people to share in it. And that is something that I say to myself multiple times a day now. Every single time I have one of those negative, intrusive thoughts, and sometimes even when I don't have those intrusive thoughts, just to remind myself. And that mantra is really just 6 phrases, and it goes like this: I am 10. I'm always right with the awareness that I have. I do the best I can with the awareness that I have. I am enough. I have enough. And I do enough. That's your mustache moment today, everyone. I hope you enjoy the day.